Bears and the Oklahoma Sooners. It's game 3 of the Getterman Classic. Both teams starting 1-0 on the weekend with a win over Hofstra. It's the first of 2 meetings between these former Big 12 foes facing off in Waco, Texas. Last night it was in the mid-40s, rainy, windy. Right now the sun has opened up and over.
Into that season, Oklahoma's national champions with the -1 that came at right here.
Yeah, at the time, you think it's just a big win for your program. First out is recorded. Dayton flies out to left. 1 down. Currently the wind blowing in from right field. And she'll rope this one down the left field line. It drops in for a base hit. Oklahoma has their first base runner. Opposite, no matter if there's inexperience or not, because even the transfers and the newcomers for Patty Gasso's bunch still have the high level of talent, and that's why
of them are first year at Baylor. So you have over half your team that's new, and this, I'd say the same for Oklahoma.
This one easily handled by Pylon at second off of the handle. Oklahoma.
She can throw a curveball inside you, and that's coming right at you. You can't avoid it.
And that one goes high. The slap hitter swings and misses, and there's the first strikeout. But against a lineup like Baylor, you might see a high strikeout total because of the power bats that Baylor employs. Chopper to second, gloved and thrown over to first for the second out of the inning. Easy play. The things on the scouting report that's most notable is her control. Does not miss her spots very often. Govan ropes it into center, but it is right to the center fielder in Dayton, and the inning comes to a close. Board as well. Hard hit, Sharper. Grounder to short. 1 down. Oklahoma's put good bat on the ball, but has grounded out a couple times already. Tired. Worked a couple of walks as well against Hofstra. That one inside, and she won't be retired here either.
That's where you get that lefty on lefty right there. That makes it dangerous. That ball does not break.
Honoree, just as she was in the ACC. Runner goes. This one hit well deep in the left field. Turned on it, and it's off the foul pole. The freshman, Sydney Barker, puts Oklahoma on the board. It's 2-0 in Waco.
Well, she did a great job of getting all of that pitch right there, too. We just complimented Lily Walker on working the seams and working the edge of the plate. She left that one right over. She crushed the mistake. Got around all of that and set it sailing.
About a third of the way up the foul pole. The only question on that one was, would it stay fair? Hard hit right back up the middle. Easy play, though, for Walker. She backhands it off the circle. And there's 2 down. How important is that? Put up a crooked number in the bottom half of the first and set the tone early against the Pride. This one's also roped into center. That'll get over the head of Carter, and one hop the wall. Rounding first on her way to second base with a 2-out double is Gabby Garcia. A 1 walk to pair. Bounced back in a big way the next day against Villanova. Throw down behind the runner. It was bobbled at second base by Pylon. On to third goes Garcia. She slides in safely, and by the freshman base runner. 2 strikes. This one driven in the left center field. In comes Carter. She makes the grab in the alleyway to retire the side. Oklahoma strikes with Sydney Barker's second homer of the year. They lead it.
It's that family atmosphere that he's carried on for 25 years.
The bunt laid down onto first. It is just in time. Perfectly executed off the circle.
Spent a little bit of time up in Norman, Coleman did, and they're like, hey, we know what she's capable of.
First pitch swinging. Backs up Garcia at short. 2 down. Yeah, the scouting report has been in the entire lineup today for Coach Moore. This is an experienced Baylor bunch, and that's why there's a lot of expectation around this team in 2025. Dawson, she might be a freshman that looks like a veteran at bat to work.
Everything on the field.
High ball 4, back-to-back walks issued by Deal, and Baylor has something brewing with 2 outs here in the second.
Strikes knowing you just got a free pass. You foul a ball off that high, you can't go off anything higher.
Chopper to second. Easy money for Agbayani, and the inning comes to a close. Baylor strands a pair after a couple of walks. Powers out of the way in doing so, but they got to take down a national power in Oklahoma State to do so. What a day Ella Parker is having. 3 hits in game 1. Game 2, she's 2 for 2. First pitch swinging. This one drilled well deep in the left center field. That one carrying over the wall. Sydney Sanders has a 2-run blast to double the Sooner lead.
Well, Oklahoma here just doing what Oklahoma does best, and they're swinging a hot bat, putting it on anything close to the plate. Walker just leaves this ball. I mean, does a great job trying to get it to the left side of the plate, but leaves it over, and Sanders takes advantage of all of it.
You can see Sanders was looking for something to extend her hands on there and was able to do so. Now this one hit well into left. Tough play by Dawson. May have misread it initially, undercut the angle, but made the athletic adjustment to reel it in and avoid extra bases. Hard hit ball into right. Playable for Walkendorf. She'll track it down, closing in on the right field line, 2 away. That might be the first time we've seen a ball hit to right field. Was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat, was bailed out in that meeting with Walker. No such thing here. One hopper to Pylon, snagged, and the toss to first in time. Oklahoma with another 2-run blast. City in the Women's College World Series since 2017. And what a series that was, just back and forth with Florida. Very tightly contested, and now the Gators picked second in that preseason poll, showing the respect that they...
But it's another thing of how to lead that in your team.
This one has a chance to fall, but Agbayani had a great read on it initially, was playing in toward the baseline and immediately vacated to reel it in for out number 2. Win of the Getterman Classic, a 7-0 win over Hofstra last night. Pylon pops it up, Pickering underneath it. It's another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Oklahoma defense. Baylor retired in order.
That first run or two.
Trying to win the inning. Poke the other way. Tough play for Walkendorf, but she tracks it down. Had a late start on it. Kind of a knuckler on a line drive.
Be able to hang on to it, track it.
Sky high in the left field. But it's the shortstop, Tovin, that tracks it down. That's the type of Garcia at the plate after doubling back in the second inning. Slow swinging bunt. Spinner to first in time by Walker. And the side is retired in order. We are through 3.5, halfway through this one.
Coming in this weekend, and then just a powerhouse that's swinging the bat well, Abby Flores.
Govan gives this one a ride. That one will drop in for Baylor's first hit. She'll take the big turnaround first, into second, standing up with a leadoff double. That's the way to get it started. First hit of the season. Hitting .562 on the year. That'll go up. That one's in the alleyway as it hits off the bottom of the wall. That'll score 1. Baylor's on the board. Back-to-back doubles. This one with an RBI for Taria Coleman.
Well, just trading places right there. Taria Coleman making it happen with that RBI. Scoring Carolyn Rowett from second base. Going down to get that ball. Such a beautiful swing.
She's been on a tear this year. Already
Freshman by the time you get into April, and you have the transfers that are truly a part of your team at that point.
This one put on the ground by Flores. It'll advance the runner. Coleman on to third. From this being a 1-0 Baylor lead.
Well, and if that's the game you want to play and that's what you're relying on, you better have the talent to do that.
In charges for the catch. Dayton there made a strike on the short throw back to the plate. No chance for Coleman to advance. 2 down against the lefty. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Tough make from there. Agbayani had to adjust back to the ball on an awkward hop, but makes the play. Matchup between former conference foes meeting as non-conference opponents for the first time since Oklahoma made the jump to the SEC. Wormburner to short. Tobin is there. 1 down as Dayton is retired.
Walker.
And another base hit for Ella Parker. 3rd of the game, her 6th of the. Runner goes, hard hit ground ball at second. Chance for 2, over to second, and Pylon's throw to first sails into the Baylor dugout. Excuse me, the Oklahoma dugout, but either way, Pickering would not be the worst thing, but you don't want to put any runner on for this Sooner lineup. 3-2. That's exactly what'll happen. So the McEnroe Marinas at the plate. Runners will go. 3-2. Outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
Mentioned in the interview, his bullpen is shallow. And so, you know, kind of see what you're made of right here.
Oh, and it comes inside and hits Agbayani. That'll drive in a run. That's the 2nd time she's been hit in this one. Everybody advances. See the lefty battle through. That one's hit well, deep in the left field. That one's got a chance. 2 homers for the freshman. This time it's a grand slam. Oklahoma takes full control on the road in Waco.
Well, not leaving anything up to fate, continuing to just rely on that long ball game. That one might have been the nail in the coffin. No doubt about it off the bat. Walker is struggling to find a strike at that moment. Coming off of a hit by pitch, just leaves that ball well into the zone.
Barker entered the day with just 5 RBIs in her young freshman. Chopper sent to 3rd. Coleman with the momentum taking her that direction. Will complete. Much different lineup facing now, though, against the top 25 Bears. That'll be a good way to start for Glenmore's bunch. In on the hands, doesn't matter. Leah Cran has it into center twice against Cal State Fullerton, and then again in the opening inning against Loyola Marymount. Throw on to second, gets the lead runner. Cran is retired on the fielder's choice. And we go back to the top.
With an extra out right here, not necessary.
Carter gives it a ride, but slicing away from Dayton, who's still there to track it down. All the way into the alleyway to make it happen. And Pylon is on today. The Sooners looking to close out a win on the road. Hard hit ball. Pylon will extend it for the moment. On the second is Walkendorf. Nearly a force out at the bag, but it will continue at least. 2-2 on the way. Govan puts a charge into it, but it's right to Dayton in center. Oklahoma has a perfect first day at the Getterman Classic. They down both Hofstra and Baylor in 5 innings. 9-1 the final, thanks to the hot bats and 3 different homers, 1 from Sydney Sanders and 2 from Sydney Barker, including a grand slam by the freshman to cap a 5-run top of the 5th as this one comes to a close. Those
Sooners just relying on that long ball, but just really taking advantage of every mistake thrown at the plate. Man, you could see they're a great team. They're number 3 in the nation for a reason, and they came out and proved it today.
No doubt about that. We've got one more game here from the Getterman Classic on this Saturday in Waco. Baylor and Hofstra coming up in about 30 minutes. You can